everyone, I'm Hansel here with my coder bro Wayne, and we're going to White Castle. Kind of like the movie, we're thinking of White Castle as a happy place destination that you went through lots of adventures to get to. And like Harold and Kumar, we of course also Asian.
Also.
So our guests are also Asian. So let's hear the adventures of our Asian friends today as they find their very own White Castle. Wayne, who is our Asian friend today?
Let's see. Today's guest is Canadian, eh?
Hey.
Something like that. He's an amazing coder. I'd say on par with Hansel, which is hard to do. Very hard to do, honestly. And that's just being total serious. He's had a great career in tech, founding a software company called Under the GUI, which has been dedicated to educating youth. One of its products is called pixelpad.io, which is an education platform teaching kids to code. Gotta love that. So let's welcome Jamie Chang.
Jamie! Wayne's got the applause button back in motion here.
Standing ovation.
Long ass applause. All right. So Jamie, welcome to the show. Start us off. Tell us about yourself.
Ooh, maybe we can. Maybe you can start off asking me some questions, and we can start from there.
Too general, huh? It's been too long since you've done an interview, man. That's like
I guess.
Tell me about yourself.
Right. Well,
I can do.
We know that you're a new dad, so you're probably just not even getting enough sleep, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I was just
so year and a half old kid. That's a year and a half old daughter. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
So that makes you a lot younger than Wayne and I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But nonetheless, you've done some amazing things in your career. So why don't we start with that? So under the GUIs and PixelPad, tell us about the adventures of opening that business, starting that business.
Sure. Yeah. It's a terrible name, I know, with Under the GUI Academy. It's you can tell
Hansel
that
I won't say that, but maybe it came across. I don't know. No,
it's a very nerdy name.
Unique. It's pretty nerdy. Unique.
Yeah. You can tell that I didn't start this business as an entrepreneur or go to business school for it. Like I actually graduated from U of T for a neuroscience degree. Like that was my background. I did neuroscience.
UT Toronto, right?
U of T, yeah,
Toronto.
Toronto,
okay.
Yeah.
We Americans don't know all
Texas.
Toronto. University of Toronto, yeah. And then so I did neuroscience. I did some computer science there as well. And then so when I graduated, I was kind of trying to figure things out. Like I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go.
There was a little bit of a Canadian there. Figure things out.
Yeah.
Out.
You figured it out.
Out. Yeah. And I mean, I heard some of your previous podcasts, and like some of the guests they knew exactly what they wanted to do from like 7th grade, and I was like not that kid, right? Like I was just meandering around, just not knowing really. And then when I started the company, it was totally unintentional. It was just like, hey, I liked teaching, right? That was a big part of what I like to do. And another part of what I like to do was just making video games on the side. It was just something I did.
So this is like quickly out of school, like almost right out of school?
Yeah, like it was,
okay.
Yeah, exactly. It was right after school. I've always been making games. Like I was 12, 13 and started like teaching myself a little bit about how to make games.
Nice.
A little harder back then than it is now because there were no resources back then. So it was just kind of grinding through that. And
what do you mean by back then? Is it like 2015 or?
Yeah.
My back then is like way back
then. The iPhone had only been around for 5 years.
That's about right because iPhone came out 2010. Yeah. So it was before the iPhone then. So 2005 was way longer.
When you say back then, it's very different than when Hansel and I say back then. I mean,
we had at least I had
back
the
then was
internet,
Kobo.
You guys were
Fortran.
You guys were there out there.
At least it's not punch cards, but I mean, dude,
it's
quite
still
punch cards. Yeah. Still back then.
Could you make games on with punch cards? Did you guys make Pong and stuff back then?
I'm too young for punch cards.
Yeah. Okay. We're not that old.
Yeah,
that was more our father's generation was punch cards, but so thank God we're not that old. We are old, but yeah.
I've had parents that ask me to teach kids punch cards actually, because they're
What?
like, yeah, they're like, what kind of curriculum is this if you're not teaching them about punch cards? And I was like, that's a little outdated for now. I think,
That's
let's
hilarious.
just start them with a better base. So, but I mean, it was 2000. We had the internet. I mean, it
Hey,
was
I
the
just had a
infancy of the
business idea.
internet.
Maybe, you know how some of those math tutoring things, they use the abacus to kind of swing it way back to ancient times? We open up a whole nother kind of thing and
Punch
say,
card.
punch
Punch card
cards
school.
Punch
are the new,
cards.
it's the new thing.
Zeros and ones. We're going to teach you all the zeros and ones.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All
And
right,
just
back to
charge a
your story.
fortune for
Too
it.
much
Yeah.
interrupting. Back to your
Sorry.
story. Okay,
Yeah.
so 2005.
Yeah.
So that was right after Scratch was invented, right? Scratch would have been out for like a year. I don't know if it's big yet, but 'cause I think that was
2005.
2003.
That's right around
Well,
there.
yeah, I mean that's just when I was like, how old was I? I was just in grade school still, so I was just kind of teaching
What?
myself and so so anyway, when I graduated, that was 2013. That's when I was
Okay. Oh,
2005
wow.
was when
Okay.
I was talking about like when I was when I was in grade school. But the idea was that I was just created the company on accident. It was something that I just enjoyed teaching, and I thought. And I was teaching math at the time, actually. And as part of the math, like teaching the math, I would create these apps to better visualize the math for the kids, right?
Nice.
And then they thought that was so cool, and they rather learn this than the math I was teaching. So I was like, oh, like yeah, maybe I could do this as a thing. And so I started teaching this one kid, and then that became two kids, it then became four kids, and then it became, then I'm like, oh my, there's so many kids, I gotta hire some teachers. I hire
And you
some
were using your
teachers.
software to teach them math. It wasn't like you're just like doing worksheets or whatever, like Human. This is like your custom app that you built.
It was a custom app I
Cool.
built. It was really like to teach. It was I think we were learning Pythagoras at the time. Like it was just a squared plus b
It's a
squared.
Pythagorean. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
a squared.
Okay.
And
That's
I
the
was
one
like,
thing I remember from grade school math is
yeah,
Pythagorean
A
theorem.
square plus B square equals C square.
There you
that's
go.
right,
Nailed
that's
it. Yeah.
right.
Nailed it.
And then
Yeah.
I was like, well, you could, like I think we're showing like soccer players on the field, and I was like, oh, you got to calculate the distance between this player and this player, and if you want to pass to and I was showing them the soccer game, like it was not really a game, it was more like I don't know, like a tiny app, you can call it a game, and I was drawing on the app, and then they're like, oh, this is so cool, like how could I learn how to make this? This is back in
Oh, cool.
2013, like yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I know it's math, right? I can
So
totally
Yeah.
teach you this.
what language did you code it in? Because like if it was C or something, you're not going to be able to teach these kids
That's
how to.
right.
No, I was teaching, it was game. Do you guys know the software called Game Maker?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
That's been
yeah. I've used
yeah,
it
around.
for a
yeah.
while. Yeah.
Yeah, it was started by a teacher and then sold to Yo-Yo Games, I think. And then so I was using that, and it was like they have something, their own language called Game Maker language,
Mm.
but that's kind of where I started with it, right? And then the kids, they loved it. It was just became this big, it became bigger and bigger. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta bring in like what's after Game Maker, and I brought in Unity. I didn't know anything about Unity
Unity
Oh,
was
you just
awesome.
myself.
went way
Yeah.
out.
Like you blew
Yeah,
me
yeah,
out of the ballpark.
a lot
Okay.
of
Blew the
yeah,
coop.
That's a
learning.
professional gaming engine, basically.
Yeah.
3D, like that's you
3D.
gotta know what's up on that.
Oh yeah, dude, that was a lot of battle scars, learning about these what not to do in business, right? Like
Yeah.
going from Game Maker to Unity was a bad idea. Going Game Maker to and just kind of understanding the difference between academic sincerity and business and what kids are looking for, what the market wants, right?
So
So
did you jump right into like opening a physical school? Like you signed a lease and you're like, I'm gonna call it Under the GUI.
no,
Is that-
yeah, no, it was like I think we ran it out of like a separate space. Like someone else was teaching math and English. Like there's a lot of these Kumon-like places in
Okay.
Vancouver, and
Mm.
then so I was already teaching math there. So I was like, oh, can I like open up a coding program here? Again, not intentionally trying to teach, like create a business out of
Okay,
it.
so no rent then. You were just you were part of the space already. It's not like you had to sign a lease or whatever. You didn't have that
No,
big
yeah.
overhead with you. Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. And then yeah, so that grew and then grew and then grew, and then like okay, now like there's enough capital here to potentially have our own space, and we were having some disagreements with the original space about the how to best kind of work with the students. So I was like, okay, I think we've moved we've grown big enough where I think we should move into our own space. And then so we started doing that inside a community center, actually. So we moved into a community center first. So it was like just our
and
own.
what year was that when you moved into the community center?
2015. So it's a couple of
2015.
years
So
after.
you're like right exactly when the coder school started. I was trying to think because coder school was I think 2014. I'll call it 2014 just to be 1 year.
Yeah.
No matter when you started, we started before you.
1 year.
Matter 1 year ahead.
There are like 2 or 3 other. I think Code Ninjas was 2015. iCode was around there as well, and there's this Marin Valley one. We like all of us started right around that same time, which is kind of incredible because I don't think a lot of people have started after since 2015.
It was such
that's kind of weird.
Huge boom. Yeah, it's such an interesting, I guess, market pressures kind of, like I didn't start this for a business, and just the pressure of the market said, hey, we want this. And so we just kind of went with the flow.
Dude, back then everybody wanted that coding for kids thing. That all the news was talking about it, and so I think we all landed in the right time. Nowadays it's a little bit different.
But nowadays, so it's a little bit tougher too.
So you opened a new your own location, at least. Well, you did the community center first in 2015, and then eventually that became I'm just gonna like heads down build my own. So PixelPad, tell people what PixelPad is, like high level what that thing is.
PixelPad is an IDE I built. And
which is what an IDE is.
Oh yeah.
We have some pretty non-technical
non-technical audience. First up is an IDE, and then they'll be like, what is that?
Okay. So maybe I'll kind of go back. And so when I had the community center locations, I had a couple of them, actually, a few of them. And some of them were parents that worked in the school board and said, hey, this is really cool. Can you help us bring this into the school board? And so I was like, great, I'll bring like Unity and GameMaker. I'll try to bring that into the school board. And it turns out that's a really bad idea. Even in 2015, the schools they were running Windows Vista. They were running Windows. I think some of them. I saw one that was running Windows XP at the time. It was just this was not going to work, right? And then I had questions from IT saying like, "Oh, who's going to like download all this to the computers? Who's going to install all those on the computers?" I'm like, "Okay, this is not going to work. Like I can't bring like Unity, which is a professional software, into the schools. It's just not it's not possible." So I had to kind of put that on hold. And then I'm like, well, I'm an engineer. I could solve this, right? And so I was like, maybe I could build something. And so I kind of built the very first alpha version of what I thought would be useful for the school boards, right? And just do it totally online. There's no download. And so it was just this game engine, essentially, on the web that these kids can easily jump into. So initially it was built for kids to learn coding,
which we love. We're all about learning the code as well. So we're right there with you.
And it kind of evolved within that school board ecosystem. Right? It kind of evolved with that.
That's awesome. That's super Asian of you, by the way, to just go ahead and build it yourself instead of getting an engineering
super
team.
Geeky.
You're just like, I'm gonna go super cheap and do it myself.
So from all that that love for coding and the geekiness or whatever. So you grew up in Toronto,
right? Was it?
But tell us a little bit, how did your family even, where did they come from and how did they get to
I grew up in Toronto. My parents are actually originally born and raised in India.
India. Lots of Chinese in India. I'm joking, actually. I don't hardly know of any Chinese.
Indian Chinese food, very common.
I mean, are they even welcome in India? I mean, seriously.
Oh yeah, there's some
history.
A lot of
racism, isn't there?
There's some history there for sure. Yeah. There was the Sino-Indian War in 1966, so I can tell you about the concentration camps that we were in, and that was. I mean, I don't know if we want to talk about that in the podcast, but that happened.
Yeah, that sounds horrible. Okay, people out there, you want to get depressed? Maybe look that up. But
so your parents came from India. So were they? I mean, I'm just trying to picture were they culturally like did they lose their Chinese culture, or they come over Indian? Did like,
Oh,
did they wear, I don't know, the
Did they
Indian
have
so
all the
clothes?
like an Indian accent? Did they, when they're
Yeah,
saying yes, they're doing this, they're shaking,
they do
all the
the head nodding
yeah,
thing.
yes,
I think
yes. No, it's the
in my
opposite.
early life, I think my dad had a little bit of that, and then he
Wow.
lost, But my mom definitely did it. My mom went through so there's she went through a British school,
Oh, okay.
boarding school. So it was
Okay.
So before that, because you told us before the podcast, you told us that your grandma, I think, moved there first. So that means, I
great
don't know, your
grandmother.
great
Yeah,
grandma. Oh my God!
Great
So that many
grandmother.
generations ago, that
yeah,
means
yeah.
multiple. Wait, okay. So are you partially Asian, Indian, or do you
No,
have, is your
no,
mom
no.
Chinese?
I
So that
Han
means your
Hakka.
great Han
Yeah,
Haka. Okay, so that means your
yeah.
great grandma went there, and then somehow your grandma or your grandpa or whatever ended up meeting another Chinese person,
That's
and
right.
then your parents ended up meeting another. Is it that big of a demographic there?
Yeah, yeah, the Hakka diaspora. It was like about a couple 100,000 in that region.
Couple hundred.
So
Wow. So it's like
That's
that's
like a
like a
whole
city
town.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole
So it's
city.
like
yeah,
a
it's quite
giant Chinatown within Calcutta, within India.
yeah,
A
Kolkata,
giant
India.
Chinatown of
Yeah,
Hakka people.
Calcutta,
Wow.
India.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
Nuts.
kind of thing still there? Like it's just like a city of
It's
Hakka people?
smaller. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
smaller
Okay.
now. Yeah, it's smaller now. I think that a lot of us kind of we're nomadic, and Hakka people. If you look up Hakka people, we travel quite a lot. Like so we originally from at least my village is originally from Meizhou, China, like
Meito.
northwestern China, Meizhou. Yeah. And then you'll find us in Malaysia, you'll find us in Singapore, India, Jamaica. There's this
Jamaica.
Jamaica, yeah, a lot of
Jamaica,
Jamaica.
man. Yeah, man.
All over the
But
states as well.
so,
So
but then you're still like, you look totally Asian to me. You don't have any
Yeah.
Jamaican, you don't have any Indian. Like
You look pretty
it's like,
Chinese, dude.
yeah, you're nomadic,
we
but then you
we
only hook
are.
up with each other. You
Yeah.
So
don't look up
I'll
out
tell
of the
you.
race.
Yeah, you're nomadic, but you never crossbreed.
So it's funny. Like I'll tell you a little history about our family. So my grandmother and my great grandmother went from Malaysia to China. China, they got married. They moved into India in about the 1940s. So Malaysia to, like, if you look at the triangle, it's like an upside down triangle like that. And then so on the east side is China. So they went to Malaysia, Malaysia to China, China back to Malaysia, Malaysia to India. So it was just this like,
Mm.
it's like probably a couple. I actually don't know the timeline of how long it takes to travel like that, but by boat, I'm thinking 3 to 6 months of travel
Whoa.
time.
Yeah.
And then my
Yeah, it's
grandmother
crazy.
was born in India at a time where 1949, 1948, 1949, when the British were leaving India. You guys probably know or don't know, but like so India was under the British rule for a couple of,
Sort
I
of
actually
like
don't know
Hong
how
Kong
long.
then. I guess the
Sort of like
British were
Hong
taking
Kong.
over everything at that time.
Yeah, and then after the war, then they started to
Damn
release their
Brits.
colonies. Yeah. So and then when they were leaving, they were refusing to give out passports to anyone born in a 3 year period. So 1946 and 1949, they were like, no passports from the British. And then because we're of East Asian descent, or a Chinese descent, the Indians also refused to give passports to my
Oh
grandmother.
shit. Yeah.
So
So then,
she's
are you
born.
without a country then? I mean, what the hell happened?
Yeah. So both my grandmother and my grandfather didn't have a passport, despite being born and raised in India. But because they were born at the time the British were leaving, Indians refused them giving passports, and then the British refused to give them passports. So both sides. And then about 20 years later, my mom is getting married. She's in Canada, and she writes a letter, or I guess you can call it now, 1987. So she can call. She
Wait, so
calls.
was your mom also India? And your mom and dad moved to Canada together, or did they meet in
That's
Canada?
right. They met
Okay,
in
wow.
India, and then they
And
moved.
then in
Yeah, moved to
India.
Canada. Born and raised
So
in India. Yeah.
by then do they speak any Chinese at all?
Yeah. So
Really?
actually, I do. They're born. Well, they're because they moved so early, like 1940s. This is prior to like the Cultural Revolution in China. So we have this like really cool time capsule of what the culture was like from the 1880s until now. So if you go to like India, like that Hakka area, the culture has been preserved for a couple hundred years. Like so that's right because we didn't go through all of that revolution. We didn't go through the one child policy. We didn't go through any of that. And so we were just kind of encapsulated. And so if you go there, they have a very different culture than what it is today in mainland China or even in the States.
So did they? How much? So how much? I mean, after all of these generations, once it got to you, how much? How Asian would you say you are? Like, do you have all the culture and the language and stuff like that?
I guess it depends. So this is it's interesting. So what do you because I actually did your was it Haru survey?
Quiz?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What did you score on the Haru?
I got like middle. You put me as Wasian.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, that's Hakka.
Yeah.
Hakka, you know.
Hakka's
Yeah.
That's kind
I
of
would
Asian.
say so. So it's interesting because our culture is very different than what it is defined as today. Like if you look at what it was prior to, and because the reason why we're so academically inclined and kind of pushing that direction was because of all the hardships that it went through between like 1880, really, the Opium Wars, all the way until now. Like it's still, they've been attacked by multiple countries. There's got instability in the region. We were isolated from that, so we kind of like preserved our culture from 1800s. All right, so if you think about that, and it's like, okay, so I can tell you what I'm like I'm certain is like a correlated with that, right?
Yeah.
With that
So then what about language? I mean, I think that's the easiest thing to understand. Like how much language do you speak still?
So quite a bit. I can converse like I can converse
Hakka or
quite
in Mandarin or in Cantonese or what kind
Hakka
of
Hakka. Yeah. I tried learning
Okay.
Mandarin. I can't. It's difficult for me to do.
Really? So
But
just Hakka. That is actually very specific because almost everybody I know that speaks, Hokkien or whatever something Shanghainese, they also speak Mandarin. It's somebody who only speaks one of the smaller dialects is kind of rare. I feel like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
how
they
close
tried
is
to teach me.
Hakka to Mandarin or anything else? Can you understand Mandarin just by learning that?
No, I mean as
No?
close as Spanish and French. I think they're very different, right?
Okay.
Like it's
How do you say ni
can't-
hao? How do you say ni hao? How do you say how are you?
Yeah.
How, but we don't say it like how mo.
Yeah.
I say how mo. It's like it's how ma, right?
Hao ma?
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, nobody says ni hao. Yeah, that's only white people say ni hao. I
Only
guess that's the
people
first test.
trying to
You
learn
passed
it
that
and
first.
like Chinese 101, ni
Yeah.
hao ma, and then it
Ni hao
sounds
ma.
like me, like an Alabamian speaking Chinese.
So, and then did you end up marrying a Hakka person?
No, she's Filipino. She's from the Philippines. She's
So
from
you're
Canada.
breaking the tribe.
Crossbreeding.
Crossbreeding.
You're gonna be thrown out of the tribe, man.
Yeah. That means your daughter is a little darker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably a really cute mix.
slightly. Yeah, I mean she's she's from Canada, right? So it's just we met in school.
Okay.
Like we were both.
Okay.
She did computer engineering, and then that's how we met. We're in computer class.
So then how is gonna and then does she speak Tagalog or does she still have the Filipino culture? Or are you guys gonna merge the cultures together?
I think we might be more Canadian than anything, right? Like it would be much more like Canadian or I don't know, maybe American. I mean, between Canadians and Americans, we're very similar, right? Despite general sentiments nowadays, but I think we are very similar.
Yeah, I mean, I think politics is a little bit strange there. But
so you guys are Canadian. Yeah. So you guys are going to ditch your Asian background and go Canadian. And so I guess. Yeah. So speaking of that, what do you guys think? What do you guys think when you see all the stupid news about America?
Yeah.
As Canadians,
well, aren't you going to be our 52nd state or something?
After Greenland
next week, right?
Yeah.
You'll just
After
be
Greenland.
part of. Yeah, Greenland.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's not something that I'm paying attention to because it kind of related to what I'm doing. I'm doing some importing and exporting right now for youth robotics, right?
But that's got to be nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little nuts. Yeah,
it's like twice as much.
Yeah. So I mean, so from a business standpoint, that's why I'm paying attention to it. It's a little. I think it's like, what can I do? Like, there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just kind of What I'm trying to do actually most of it is just kind of block it out actually, because there's like, what can
Yeah.
I do? Either I get
So
angry
well,
about
you could
it, I get
boycott. You could have
depressed.
boycotted this podcast and said,
I
"Wayne and I are
guess.
Americans, so no way."
Yeah, that's
Nah,
true.
no,
That would have
no.
had a huge impact.
I mean, beyond where we're born, and we're also both like, we I think representation matters, right? I think that's the, especially here, and I mean, in the last 5 years, is or the last 10 years, I think general sentiments of people that look like us, it has kind of shifted a little bit. But prior to that, it was rough, man. So I think it's important that we have more representation, and um,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, beyond nationality, I think there's that, right? So
Yeah,
that's why
yeah. I mean, it's
I'm
coming
happy to
along
support
better and
it.
better. I mean, I think with Trump, it's kind of taken a little bit of a hiccup here and there, but especially like during the COVID times and all the Asian flu stuff. But yeah, we're here to battle it back. So, all right, let's see, Jamie. Let's end this part of the podcast by talking about your White Castle. So Pixelpad, by the way, everybody who doesn't know about Pixelpad, is actually a very successful, very really well run company and software that we at the Coder School use quite a bit for our kids. So Jamie's been rocking on that. Now I don't know if you're going to say that's your White Castle or not. Maybe I took your thunder. But Jamie,
Yeah.
here's your chance to say what is your White Castle.
Yeah, I mean, like, of course, running the business is always really fun. I really enjoy it because I get to do things that are it's not the same every day. So if I just did software every single day, 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week, I would never be able to succeed. But because I can do this and do a podcast with you guys, and do a presentation the other day, or and it, that is super. That variety keeps me going all the
So
time,
you're a
right?
jack of all trades kind of guy.
It's a mandatory thing. Like, I have to,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I will get totally burned out, and if I just did the one thing, every
yeah.
single day. And
I agree. So does
so
that mean like you're your own HR and you're your own lawyer and you do your own accounting?
Yeah, many
yeah, some of
hats,
that
many
stuff that
hats.
really, some of the stuff I gotta, the legal stuff I definitely have to outsource. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I mean, right now I'm working with a robotics company, West Coast Products. We're importing
Oh,
robotics parts to
cool.
Canada.
Wow.
And so now I'm packing boxes. Like, I didn't think I'd be doing
Oh,
that.
like literally, like you're putting the thing in the box and putting the
Yeah,
styrofoam.
dude.
Really?
Styrofoam,
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah,
hands
so that
on,
doesn't,
baby.
that is
Yeah, we
hands-on.
opened a warehouse here. We're distributing the parts all over Canada, like, and
And that's
Goodness
so
completely
sakes.
it's
unrelated to Pixelpad, unrelated Under the GUI. That's just a whole separate import export business.
I mean, it's related. It's STEM, right? So it's part of
Yeah, it's
STEM.
all
Right,
STEM.
right.
Our academies
I mean,
teach robotics. So,
yeah. I mean, you
you
probably
know,
use them or whatever, but you're trying to sell these robotics things to whoever else. So it's kind of like a
mm,
separate line of business. That's cool.
that's
That's
right. Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
I
That's
love
right.
that.
Yeah.
I feel the same way where I don't think like doing one thing. I always like to dabble in a bunch of different things. I think that's what keeps my mind a little bit more sharp rather than doing one thing. That's super cool,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I
Cool.
can
it gives me some
definitely vouch for
exercise
that.
too.
Hansel definitely won't sit still. Does a lot of
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
That's another
Oh,
Yeah.
podcast. We'll get into that.
all right. Well, cool. Let's
Yeah.
go on to the last part here. Wayne, hit that gong and we'll hit into the
Woo!
Haru
That's a
quiz. All right, Jamie.
haka
So
gong. That's a
the Haka
like an
gong.
ancient haka gong. I don't know.
The
Your great
Haka
grandmother
Haru.
would recognize it.
So you've already said you
Yeah.
took our quiz and you got a Asian score somewhere in the middle. So that's cool. That's probably a little bit better than Wayne. Not quite as Asian as me. A little more Asian
Yeah,
than Wayne. So we'll
definitely.
see how you do on these three questions that we randomly came up with. All right.
Sure.
So the first one is related to Canada, since you
Yeah.
are in Vancouver. Okay. What is, and I didn't know this one until I looked it up. So we know, okay, so we know the first and second most Asian cities in Canada, right?
Okay.
Got to be Vancouver and Toronto. So Toronto's the
Mhm.
bigger one, Vancouver's the cooler one, I guess. So, I think it said there's more Asians in Vancouver, but more Asians percentage wise in Vancouver, but more Asians total in Toronto. What is the third most Asian city in Canada?
Oh, wow. Calgary.
Nice. It is Calgary.
Yeah.
How the hell did you get
Nailed
that?
it. How the hell did
You
you
know
do
your
that?
stuff. I
I
would not
just
have guessed
honestly,
Calgary. I don't even know how
I
many more
guess
cities I can name in Canada.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't either. I would be like, what is the third city? I don't know. Winnipeg? I don't know. Like, what the?
Winnipeg, Edmonton. I mean, that's kind of where.
That's
I mean,
funny.
I think my first I was gonna go with Montreal actually. That was my second one.
Oh yeah, that would
Um,
Yeah, that's a big city.
Montreal.
that's
I
probably
would,
up there, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So did you
Calgary.
know Calgary was pretty Asian, or was it just a random guess? Like,
No, it was
have you
completely.
been there?
I have been there, but it was completely random guess. No,
And
I
there was
picked
no Asians there when you were walking through, probably.
the third most the third one that comes to mind, right? The fourth one was Montreal, and I'm like, I'll just go with the first instinct, and I just went Calgary. So no, I haven't been there.
Nice.
No, no. Oh, I have been there. Sorry, I have.
Nailed
The
it.
only thing I know about Calgary is that they had the Olympics that one year. That's
right.
literally all I know about
I
it.
do remember Olympics.
It's beautiful.
There.
It's beautiful. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
same with
sure.
Vancouver. Like, it's just like so Vancouver is a little more temperate. Like, you got it doesn't go below 0 degrees there, or what's 0 degrees for you
Vancouver
guys?
has Whistler,
yeah.
so everybody knows Whistler skiing.
Yeah.
So-
And
Vancouver
Calgary's minus 40, right? And minus 40 is centigrade or Fahrenheit.
yeah, either way, you
Identical.
would
It doesn't
die
matter.
immediately. It's like death
Yeah.
cold. Yeah. So
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, Vancouver's awesome. It's kind of like San Francisco in a lot of ways, right? It's kind of temperate like that. It never snows, but does it get super hot there in the summer?
No. It's
Yeah.
20. I like last time. Okay, okay, I need to do some conversions for you guys. Let's go with like 30 degrees centigrade is to Fahrenheit.
That's super hot,
that's
right?
pretty hot. That's really
86
hot.
degrees. So that was like
86,
the
yeah.
hottest, like
Yeah.
the hottest it's been, 30
Oh,
degrees.
okay.
And
Okay,
not
that's
too
like
bad.
us.
yeah, and then at one time we had something called the heat dome. Like there was just this really big,
Yeah.
that was up to, I think 38. So it was 100
Oh,
degrees
wow.
Fahrenheit.
100 something.
That was
Wow.
like
Okay. But we've had
that was like
that
this
here.
anomaly. That was like a
Good
1
time.
week, like a 2-day anomaly,
Yeah.
right?
I guess
Yeah.
maybe it's the water or something somehow, the way the water temperature or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's funny because in California and where you are, we're it's always nice weather. Meanwhile, the rest of the country, it's like minus 10 degrees because the whatever Arctic dome and all that stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
question number 2. So the most famous. Okay, Wayne, who's the most famous Canadian actor that you can think of?
Michael J. Fox.
Jim Carrey.
Oh, okay. No, neither.
Neither. What? Michael J.
Current.
Fox. Nobody's
Current.
more famous than him. Dude, come on. Family ties.
But that's old school, man. Current.
Oh,
Most-
Back to the Future. Come on.
Dude, you got to be like 80 years old to remember that one. Who is the
Oh,
most
okay.
famous current
Sadly.
Canadian?
Sadly. Yeah.
Current Canadian. I was gonna say Wolverine, but then he's Australian actually. So,
Oh,
but
right.
the character is Canadian. Ryan Reynolds has to be Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, I'll narrow it. Oh, actually, he is more famous.
He's awesome.
He
Ryan
yeah,
Reynolds
dude.
is awesome. I love that dude.
is the most famous.
How about
but
Simu
it's
Liu?
not a
Adam
podcast.
Project. If you haven't
Simu
seen
Liu.
that.
Simu Liu.
Simu Liu. That's what I
Oh,
That's where you're going with this.
Simu
That wasn't
Liu.
even the question.
But great
That was just
answer.
to start the question. Okay, that's funny. Okay, I went straight to Simu Liu because we're Asian. So okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the actual question, you got that one, but okay. So what the actual question is, name 3 things he's in, super fast.
Simu Liu?
Simu Liu, 3 TV or movie shows that he's in.
Was Fresh Off the Boat, I think was one.
No, he
I don't
wasn't.
think
He wasn't
so.
in Fresh Off the Boat. It wasn't.
He wasn't.
But
Oh no,
that's a
who's
good
it?
Asian show, though.
Kim-
Good Asian show. I'll
Was
still
it
give you some credit.
Kim's Convenience?
Asian
Was
show.
Kim's
There you
Convenience?
go. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Kim's
Obviously
yeah,
the Marvel
yeah.
one. Obviously the Marvel one.
Shang-Chi.
What's
Yeah.
that called?
Shang-Chi. Yeah, Shang-Chi. Yeah, that was
Shang-Chi, there you go,
obviously
there you
that one. And then I think he was in an accounting textbook. That was the.
He was in the accounting textbook.
He was inside. He was on an accounting textbook.
He
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah.
a model or whatever, right? Wasn't he modeling for accounting textbooks or something? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Or is there
Yeah.
a movie called Accounting Textbook?
No. He was modeling or
Modeling.
yeah. So prior to his
Yeah.
breakout.
Recently, he was in something like Last Breath or that Under Deep Sea Diving
Oh,
thing.
that deep sea dive with
Dragon's
Woody
Den?
Harrelson.
He was on Dragon or Shark
Dragons-
Tank.
Oh, right.
Oh, and then
Shark Tank.
Barbie.
Shark Tank.
Barbie.
Barbie.
He was in
a-
Barbie. Yeah.
The Asian
Do you-
Ken. Now that's some movement.
Do you guys ever watch Dragon Den? Is that a pretty big show up there?
I mean, to some, I mean, like I think it's within my circle. They
What the hell is that? I haven't seen that.
I was gonna say when it's
Shark
it's
Tank.
Shark Tank.
Yeah, Shark Tank.
Shark
Yeah,
Tank,
yeah.
but in Canada. And Simu Liu was one of the guys, one of the investors.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So
He-
Shark Tank. I think
There was
Yeah,
that
go
thing
ahead.
where some white person came on and tried to pitch boba, right?
Dude, yeah.
And he got pissed. Yeah, do you know the story?
'Cause
Tell
He
the
got
story.
pissed.
he was the guy was saying like, oh, it's not an ethnic thing anymore, and we don't really know what's in boba, and so we're gonna make it a healthy thing, and that peeved off Simu Liu. I mean, and the
Yeah.
rest of the community, of course, it's like it's a consistent corporate and cultural appropriation of our products, and then
Yeah,
packaging that up and saying, "Oh, it's not ethnic anymore." Like, hold on, like
yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
acknowledgement of its history and where it comes from. It's like, oh, that's a no go.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
yeah. Because boba
no-go.
is super Asian. It's just you think of Asia when you think boba. So I
Yeah,
tend to
yeah,
agree with him.
Yeah, there
yeah.
we go.
At
Go
least,
Simu. And if you're out there, hey, you can be a guest after Jamie.
Yeah, we can talk all
Not
about
as famous as Jamie, but come on.
it.
There's
I
Ryan
was.
Reynolds, then Jamie, then you.
And then Simu
I wonder if
Absolutely.
he'd want to do, like something with coding, right? Like maybe he wants to support Canadian coders or something. Let's start with that,
Oh
and then I'll,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
give
I'll
him a
go in that
call.
angle. I'll give him a
Give him a
call and
call because
give,
yeah, would love to
then
have a
bring
boba. We'll share a boba with him.
it,
Come
bring him
on.
in
That's
on your podcast after. That'd be fun.
yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
That
sir.
would be
All
fun.
right, question number 3. Also in the entertainment side, which Canadian, also Asian? I didn't know she was Canadian actually, but what Asian Canadian played Christina Yang in Grey's Anatomy?
Oh,
Christina
I know
Yang.
her
Oh,
name.
This is bringing it back.
Dude,
I
I
mean,
Jamie,
got
how
it.
old are you?
I don't watch Grey's Anatomy. I watch House. Okay, so let's just make sure we get
House.
that out there.
Yeah, House was
Okay,
good.
okay.
I saw
That's the
that.
only drama
But it
I
didn't
no
have.
just
Okay,
I
so you never
think
watched it.
it's a Sandra Oh.
It is Sandra
Yeah, look
Oh.
at that. You're
You
like
don't even
just
watch it.
teasing. You're like toying with us. You're one of those
Yeah.
that like you're just acting like you don't know it, and then because you can't just pull Sandra Oh like out of the
Did,
thin air if you
did you
really
know
didn't
that
know.
Sandra Oh is Canadian?
I didn't know she was
I
Canadian,
didn't
but
either.
the one that when you mentioned Canadian and you said she, the one that came to mind was Kristen Crook. That was the one that like
Oh,
Kristen Crook
Kristen
from
Crook.
Smallville.
Oh,
You
from
remember her,
Smallville. I had
Wayne?
that. She was. Yeah, she's really.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Wayne?
I was gonna say
She's-
something probably inappropriate, especially given our age. So then I started playing all this stuff in my head, and then I go, I'm gonna hold back. But no,
Nice, good
she's
work.
just really pretty
What
actress.
is her ethnicity, though? She's got to be at
She's
least part
Asian.
white.
Yeah,
She's
yeah, yeah,
Asian.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
is she like Chinese or something? I
I
wouldn't
think
have guessed
so.
that.
I think I may have looked it up back in that day when probably
Back in
trying to
the
stalk her or something. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Crook.
know. Smallville, yeah, that whole
yeah,
thing.
French? Is Chris Crook French? I don't know.
yeah, French. I could see some kind of European something. Yeah.
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 Okay, Wayne, how did Jamie do today on our Haru quiz?
He crushed
That's the
it.
magic
I mean,
sound.
he crushed it. He crushed it. 150%. He's
Nice.
Oh, dang.
full haka, full haka,
Full
full
haka.
haka.
You're
Yeah.
full haka. All right,
Full
Jamie,
haka.
let's wrap up this podcast with your life tip for the Asian audience.
Oh, I was gonna say something. This comes from myself. I would say like, um, this is for myself. If I was talking to myself and I was like 20 or 19 years old and I was kind of like
You're only
fairly
23 now, but you know.
Yeah.
You're so young, dude.
3 years ago.
Kinda-
Yeah, 3
Kinda
years ago,
so-
man.
figure themselves out. I would say like it start with the end first, right, and work backwards. And when you do that, don't and try to create sustainable growth. So don't think that you can like you can't swim between here and Hawaii in a day, and you can't hero that in a day. You just gotta slowly sustain and build over time, right? And when you have that, it makes things a lot easier, much more manageable, and just take bite-sized chunks every single day, right? And then and eventually you'll get there.
Yeah, that's great. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I think it's a
Yeah.
good point because a lot of people have this thing where it's like, I gotta get it done right now, and if I don't, I'm a loser, and it's not gonna work or whatever. But seeing the long term
Yeah.
picture, that's a good goal.
Yeah, start with
And
the
the
long-term
marathon
picture.
versus, yeah, like I know a lot of people, definitely here in the Bay Area, is just like, oh, join a company and should IPO within 8 months, you know? Like, it's kind of
Otherwise,
like,
shut it
I don't,
down.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't totally
Yeah.
always work. Yeah.
Has that ever
Well,
worked?
also-
8 months?
Probably. I mean, it
Yeah.
just depends. People are always
It-
looking
it-
for the unicorn thing, and I know that Hansel and I definitely have had those talks about. I mean, the Coder School is kind of our unicorn, but it's not. It's a unicorn in different ways, right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
like it's
20,
some long-term
2015, you
work-life
said,
balance.
right? 11 years. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not a sprint there. You guys
That's
didn't
right.
sprint to-
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
There's a reason we didn't pump it and dump it. We probably
Right.
could have. The guys at Code Ninjas probably did that.
Yeah,
Make it really big
exactly.
and then get out. But yeah,
Yeah,
we
pump
love the
and
life
dump,
for-
pump and dump. That's
Yeah.
another game plan.
Well, cool, Jamie. So actually, let's end with this. We're going to do an ad for our partners at White Castle. Our partners. I'll call them our partners.
Well, we're
have you
getting
heard-
inducted. We are getting
Ha-
inducted into their
Oh,
Hall of Cravers.
Did they reach out? Did they reach out?
They did.
Yeah, we're in.
Nice.
And we
nice.
got Woo!
So
Well
so
done,
wait.
guys.
So you're in Vancouver, but what have you heard of White Castle, and if so, how?
I mean, Harold and Kumar was, and
Okay.
Harold and Kumar too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
But
was.
have
that
you
was
had one?
the
Have
show.
you tried one?
I have never tried a White Castle. No,
Oh,
I've actually
you've
never.
got to.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
ever seen one in person? Like the closest to you would be like what, Vegas or something? Like there's none anywhere near you. Have you ever seen one?
Is there one in California? I haven't. No, I haven't.
No,
Not in
No,
California.
just, not just in the
Oh, you
movies,
gotta-
man. Just in the movies.
Yeah.
So if you ever
Yeah, you gotta
travel,
try.
to
We'll do a
like,
road
I
trip.
guess-
We'll do a road
Yeah.
trip from the West Coast all the way out to New Jersey because that's where all the White Castles are.
That's right. Hansel, Wayne, and Jamie go to White Castle. Come on, it's the next adventure.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. I'll be flying
All
out to. I fly out quite often, right? So, just for my work in Fresno, I actually fly out to Fresno because of the robotics company. But maybe
wow.
I'll make a trip down to you guys. Where are you guys headquartered?
We're in Palo Alto, so we're
Yeah.
in the
Oh, okay.
Bay Area Peninsula. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So maybe I'll
Yeah.
come down and we can go to White
Fresno,
Castle.
dude, that is so random. Do they even have an airport at Fresno? It's like such
They,
a-
Yeah.
do. They do. Like I was just surprised at the size and the scale of the U.S. You know, like they took me to a high school in Fresno, and I'm like, oh, it's Fresno. Like I don't know, I don't hear much about it, right? And it's
Yeah,
huge.
nobody
It's
does.
like
It's
the high schools are the size of our college campuses here.
whoa.
You know? Yeah, it's
When
just
I hear
it's
the
wow.
word Fresno, I don't know why. I just think desolate, and it's just like. But I mean, I think somebody was even saying, no, it'd be great for a coder school to be there, and I'm like, really? But
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a decent sized town, but it's out there. But I mean,
It's there,
is there
it's
really
there.
a direct flight to Vancouver from there? That's crazy.
not true. No. I fly from Vancouver to Seattle to Fresno.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
Flight
makes
to
more sense.
Seattle must be like 5 minutes. Just
Yeah,
like across the
yeah.
border.
You get on the flight. They do the little like.
And
oh,
they're
this is-
already
this is
like, they can't even
exits.
give you drinks, right? They're already like, we're descending.
Yeah, already descending. Like they don't even.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
I put on my seatbelt and I take off my seatbelt. That's how quick it is. So,
Yeah.
but it's yeah. I fly out there quite often. And yeah, I think a coder school would do well there. But it's surprising. So I asked the guys there. I'm like, hey, do you guys have Kumons or because I was gonna eventually talk about the coder school and other potential franchises in the area, and they don't even have Kumons there.
That's
so-
crazy. Well,
Okay.
I guess that's the first sign that coder school probably
Well,
will
that's
not
a
work
bad
there.
sign because usually we follow Kumons and Mathnasiums. Those
That's
usually
right.
kinda-
Yeah.
Those usually
So-
come first because then that kind of reduces risk. if you
That's
will.
right. I mean, is it blue ocean or is it more like, oh wait, we have to wait for other people to get there first? Like it's
Right.
but they do have a casino there, so I mean, it's big enough to support
Whoa.
that. So
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Who knew that this conversation would turn toward Fresno? All right. Well,
Exactly.
Jamie, hey, it's been an awesome conversation, man. Congrats on all you've done, and actually, thanks for all you've done because your Pixel Pad is a big help for us.
Yeah,
in
we
teaching
love it.
kids. So, yeah, so
Oh, you're
appreciate
welcome.
your time today, man.
Double thank you.
yeah, thanks for having me.
We are sponsored by none other than the Coder School, a company that teaches kids how to code with over 70 locations all around the country. So if you're interested in getting your kids to code, head online and check us out. Learn to code, change the world. Thanks for listening.